Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
I'm Gaynor.
Office Bloke Aidan.
Here we are, three of us. If Patreon is your thing, check out the link in the description below. Absolutely loads of stuff on there. Starts at just $3 a month. Helps support the channel, and you got things like full watch-alongs to things like Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Seinfeld, Modern Family. You've got a sports tier on there, which has just started showing season 2 of The Quarterback.
Yeah.
So really good, interesting watch there. But there's absolutely loads of stuff on there. So check it out if it's for you. The Deadly Cascade Volcanoes.
What was that, mate?
The Deadly Cascade Volcanoes are waking up. Is a mega eruption coming?
Oh, jeez.
Have
Have they erupted before?
Don't know, but there's a lot of strange weather going on around the world, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
But no, it seems to be like flooding. These
In the USA a lot as
USA
well.
gets a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
gets a lot of bad weather in the USA. Let's see what this is about. Let's go.
Beneath the serene beauty of the Pacific Northwest lies a chain of sleeping giants, majestic snow-capped volcanoes that have shaped the land for millennia and could, at any moment, reshape it again. The Cascade Range, stretching from Northern California to British Columbia, is home to some of the most dangerous volcanoes in North America. Towering over cities like Seattle and Portland, these volcanoes sit silently now, but silence, in geology, is never a guarantee of safety. In 1980, Mount St. Helens erupted with the force of hundreds of atomic bombs,
Yeah.
flattening forests, choking skies, and shocking a nation. That was just one volcano. There are over a dozen more, and recently, subtle signs, swarms of earthquakes, shifting ground, whispers of gas from hidden vents, have begun to stir beneath their surface. Could this be a sign of what is to come? Are the Cascade volcanoes waking up? Let's find out. Don't forget to click on that subscribe button and like this video, as it's the best way to support this channel. The Cascade volcanoes owe their existence to a dramatic tectonic process that occurs deep beneath the Earth's surface. Along the western margin of North America, the Juan de Fuca plate is slowly sliding beneath the North American plate in a process known as subduction. As the oceanic plate descends into the mantle, it heats up and begins to release water and other volatiles. This lowers the melting point of the overlying mantle rock, producing magma that rises through the crust, ultimately feeding the volcanoes of the Cascade Arc. This subduction zone creates a volcanic arc that spans more than 700 miles, forming over a dozen major volcanoes and many smaller cones, domes, and fissures. Notable peaks include Mount Shasta and Lassen Peak in Northern California, Mount Hood and the Three Sisters in Oregon, Mount St. Helens, Mount Rainier, and Mount Baker in Washington, and Mount Garibaldi in British Columbia. The type of volcano most common in this arc is the stratovolcano, steep, conical, and built from alternating layers of lava, ash, and pyroclastic material. Unlike the shield volcanoes of Hawaii, stratovolcanoes are known for their explosive eruptions, which can have devastating consequences for the surrounding regions. These eruptions are driven by thick, viscous magma that traps gases until the pressure becomes unbearable and is released in violent bursts. The combination of geological activity, population density, and limited public awareness makes the Cascades one of the most dangerous volcanic regions in the world. The history of the
What does he mean by that when he says limited public awareness? You think if you're moving around that region, you'd be
know
pretty
there was
clued up on what was
volcanoes.
going on there, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd be sort of like, I wouldn't say paranoid, but you'd be all over it, wouldn't it?
Well, it's funny because where my mum lives, that's been like trying for years.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it? It's sort of like these every year you hear a story. It's going to be erupt this year. It's going to erupt this year, and nothing. So I don't know when the last time it erupted was. I can't remember.
When was the Icelandic one? That was
that about
15 years ago.
I'd say it was about 2004,
You do.
give or take. You're probably too young to remember it. No, it would have been more than that. No, it would have been more than that. It would have been 2010.
No, yeah.
2010.
Oh, and so we were in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, 2010, 2011 time, maybe. And it's that brought the whole European airspace to a halt, didn't it?
Yeah.
Sort of thing. With all these the ash cloud.
Yeah.
Cascade volcanoes is one of awe-inspiring eruptions and long periods of deceptive calm. One of the most iconic events in American geological history occurred on May 18, 1980, when Mount St. Helens erupted catastrophically. After 2 months of seismic unrest and visible swelling, a massive landslide, the largest in recorded history, unleashed the volcano's northern flank, triggering a lateral blast that devastated nearly 230 square miles of forest. Ash clouds rose 80,000 feet into the atmosphere, paralyzing air traffic and depositing ash as far as Oklahoma. The eruption released 24 megatons of thermal energy, about 1,600 times the power of the Hiroshima bomb. Though many were evacuated in advance, 57 people still lost their lives, and the eruption caused billions of dollars in damage. Then, in September 2004, after years of quiet, Mount St. Helens stirred back to life. Over the next 3.5 years, it produced a slow-moving, dome-building eruption that steadily extruded lava into the crater. Though less explosive than in 1980, it was a powerful reminder that the volcano remains active and is capable of an eruption anytime. But Mount St. Helens is not the only Cascade volcano with a history of eruption. Mount Rainier, the tallest peak in the range, has erupted multiple times over the past 10,000 years. Its last significant eruptive period occurred around 1,000 years ago, making it one of the more historically active volcanoes in the Cascades. Mount Hood in Oregon erupted in the 1790s, and geologists believe it is capable of erupting again with little warning. Mount Shasta in California has erupted multiple times in the past 4,000 years, and Mount Mazama's massive eruption, roughly 7,700 years ago, formed the iconic Crater Lake, burying the region under meters of ash. These historical eruptions remind us that while the Cascades may slumber, they are never truly asleep. In the past year, subtle but noteworthy seismic activity has been recorded beneath several Cascade volcanoes, raising questions about what lies beneath their calm appearance. Most notably, a swarm of over a dozen earthquakes, each less than magnitude 2.0, was detected beneath Mount Adams in early 2025. Though too small to be felt on the surface, the swarm prompted increased scrutiny from scientists at the U.S. Geological Survey and the Pacific Northwest Seismic Network. Similar low-level seismic events have continued at Mount St. Helens, which has remained intermittently active since its last eruptive phase ended in 2008, while Mount Rainier and Mount Hood have also shown minor quakes consistent with their typical behavior. Though not currently waking up, the volcanoes are under close watch, as the shift from routine activity to real warning can happen quickly, and often with little notice. Though the Cascade Range appears calm, scientists agree that another major eruption is inevitable. Volcanic activity in this region is driven by the ongoing subduction of the Juan de Fuca plate beneath the North American plate, generating magma beneath more than a dozen major volcanoes. Many of these volcanoes have erupted within the past few thousand years and remain active today. Mount Rainier is considered the most dangerous volcano in the United States, not just for its eruption risk, but for its massive ice cover. Even a minor eruption could unleash deadly lahars racing toward Washington, leaving residents with less than 40 minutes to escape, threatening over 80,000 people and turning calm valleys into disaster zones. Mount Hood, just 50 miles from Portland, Oregon, and Mount Shasta in Northern California, one of the largest volcanoes in the Cascades, also pose serious threats. Both lie near major cities and transport routes, and even small eruptions could disrupt water supplies, shut down highways, and blanket communities in ash. If Mount St. Helens erupts again, nearby towns, hit hard in 1980, could once more face catastrophic lahars, flooding, and ashfall, as the landscape still bears the scars and instability left behind. Other volcanoes, such as Glacier Peak, Mount Baker, and the Three Sisters, have shown signs of unrest and also pose risks to nearby towns. Lahars, ashfall, and pyroclastic flows are the most immediate hazards, but long-term impacts include power outages, air traffic disruption, crop failure, and economic losses potentially reaching tens of billions of dollars. Though the exact timing is uncertain, the science is clear. The Cascade volcanoes are active, unpredictable, and could erupt with little warning, putting millions of lives and vital infrastructure in the Pacific Northwest at risk. Even a moderate eruption could unleash chaos. Despite these threats, the United States is well equipped to monitor volcanic activity. The USGS's Cascade Volcano Observatory in Vancouver, Washington, serves as the nerve center for real-time data collection and analysis, coordinating with federal, state, and local.
It's something so trivial, but it's so interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you see these screens with activity, seismic activity and stuff like that, when you're monitoring like earthquakes or volcanic eruptions or whatever it is, just so like I say, it's not to your everyday person. It just goes right over our heads, sort of thing. But to see when all the computers land, you're showing like different graphs and charts about when seismic activity works.
But the thing is, if they come out and say, right, it's ready to erupt, where do you go?
Well, you just have to relocate away into a safe zone, wouldn't you? However far it'll be, sort of thing. Some people, I think what one erupted not long ago, was it Mount Etna in Italy?
I can't remember. It was Mount
I think one of them in Italy sort of like erupted not long ago, didn't it? And that caused a few issues. And I think there was a mega earthquake in Turkey, wasn't it, not long ago as well? Things like that. So it's just little things popping up here and there. We were in an earthquake, wasn't we? In Crete in Greece not so long ago. But I didn't feel it, but it's a lot of people did. It was things that fell over and chandelier from the ceiling, it fell down. Yeah, pools splashed out. Yeah, but in Thailand had a bad one as well, not long ago, didn't they? But this is just really so trivial, but really interesting.
Yeah.
Local agencies to issue timely alerts. A sophisticated network of seismic sensors, GPS stations, gas detectors, and satellite imaging is used to detect ground vibrations, surface deformation, gas emissions, and other subtle signs of volcanic unrest. These systems provide scientists with critical data to assess risk levels and identify early warning signs before an eruption occurs. Public education and preparedness have improved over time. High-risk communities regularly conduct evacuation drills, and hazard maps are widely distributed. However, limited funding continues to hamper comprehensive coverage, particularly in remote areas. Advances in artificial intelligence and satellite technology are further enhancing monitoring capabilities, offering near-continuous surveillance. Yet, despite these improvements, volcanic forecasting remains an inexact science, where speed, coordination, and preparedness can make the difference between resilience and catastrophe. The Cascade volcanoes are not going extinct. They are, by definition, active, each with its own unique behavior and eruption history. While the current state of activity remains within normal bounds, history tells us this will not last forever. The real question is whether we are doing enough today to prepare for the inevitable. In the coming decades, climate change may add complexity to the equation. Glacial retreat could destabilize volcanic slopes, increasing the risk of landslides and lahars. Meanwhile, growing urban sprawl into hazard zones places more lives at risk. Scientists can monitor, interpret, and warn, but preparedness ultimately depends on political will, community engagement, and sustained investment in early warning infrastructure. We know how these volcanoes behave. We have seen what they can do. So when the ground begins to shake again, more violently, more frequently, will we act in time? Or will the next great eruption catch us watching but not ready? Share your thoughts about this in the comments section. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.
Interesting.
There's only Mount Rainier. I'm really the name's familiar with them, in them group. I've never heard of any of the ones.
No, I've not either.
I didn't realise they were all volcanoes as well. I don't know that there was that many of them, sort of like they're going down that coast.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that.
But it's like I say, it's just so. It's one of the things that just takes you, like, piques your interest, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
When you see things like that, and it's. I think anything that's like a natural disaster, when you look at like bad weather or whatever it is, it's sort of like piques interest as well. Because first of all, you want everyone to be safe. Number one, but then you're looking at the actual damage it causes, the collateral damage it causes across for industry and all kinds of stuff.
Tsunamis scare me.
Yeah, tsunamis are they're quite devastating as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
But all natural disasters like that, weather-wise, are just devastating when you see what impact they have on people's lives and and communities and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that hopefully they stay dormant and and don't cause any issues.
Alright.
Enjoy the stuff like that. Hope you guys did as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers.